Morning to all. Okay. Any doubts so far in the last class? Any doubts? Okay, today I'm going to start JavaScript. If you have, before I start the JavaScript, if you have any doubt, please ask me. So I'm going to start JavaScript. First of all, I am going to revise the HTML and CSS first. Then I will start JavaScript. What is HTML? HTML stands for what? Hypertext markup language. We can use this hypertext markup language to create a text-based website, right? We can't create any superior styles to the website using HTML. Just we can create a text-based website only, right? If you want to create a styles or if you want to create a responsive layout, we have to use CSS also with the HTML. Without CSS, we can create the responsive website or responsive layout for the software or whatever it is. Right, what is responsive layout? The device-friendly layout. We can view conveniently with any other devices. So that's what we call responsive responsive websites or responsive layout. Right? So what is JavaScript? JavaScript is a client-side scripting language. We can use this language to create any client-side scripting, or we can use to create any other validations. Validations means empty field validations or whatever it is, right? To use JavaScript. And not only that, we can use JavaScript to get input from the end users. But the thing is, we can't connect the database using JavaScript. Right? If we want to connect the database, we have to use PHP or any other server-side scripting language to connect the database. So now we can see how to create the JavaScript. As I told you already, the JavaScript is a client-side scripting language. We don't need any server to run this programming language, scripting language. But if it is a server-side scripting language, we need a server to run this programming. For example, PHP. Without a server, we can't run this programming. We need a server. As a server, we can use SAM server in the local host until we upload the files to server. We can use SAM server or the WAM server as a server to run PHP. But anyway, we have to see whether it is the server-side scripting language or the client-side scripting language. We have to see the output in the browser, right? But to run the scripting server-side programming language, we need a server. We can use different servers based on the programming, but we need any server to run the server-side scripting language. For example, PHP. Okay. So now I'm going to start JavaScript. So see how can we write a JavaScript, HTML. We can write JavaScript within the HTML or PHP, doesn't matter about it, or else we can write the JavaScript as external. Then we can call wherever we want, right? We can create the JavaScript as internal file within the within the HTML file or within the PHP file. Or within the ASP.NET or whatever it is. But at the same time, if we want to create the external JavaScript also, we can create it. Only the difference is file extension. If we are creating the JavaScript within the HTML, the file extension is HTML. We have to save it as HTML. If we are going to create the JavaScript within the PHP, file extension is PHP. We have to save the file as PHP. But if we are creating the JavaScript as external, we have to save it as JavaScript file, .js, JavaScript file. Right now, I'm going to create the JavaScript within the HTML. First of all, we have to write HTML. Title, right? Then we can create the files here, right? Before we start the JavaScript, we have to instruct the browser. We are going to write the JavaScript here. So that's why, like CSS, if we want to start CSS, first of all, we have to write the starting tag of the CSS, like style type is equal text of CSS, like that. Here we have to start the JavaScript. Script language is equal JavaScript. JavaScript one word. No need to leave the space in between these two words. Language is equal JavaScript. Okay, this is the starting tag of the JavaScript and this is the ending tag of the JavaScript. In between this, we can write the JavaScript, right? If we want to write any HTML within this, before starting the JavaScript, we can write it, or after the JavaScript, we can write the HTML code as usual. Okay. So, write the HTML code. So this is JavaScript area. In between the starting and ending tag of the JavaScript, you have to write the JavaScript. Okay. So I'm going to save this one. Save. Let's say index. This is my HTML file. That's why I'm saving this one as HTML. Okay, this is my JavaScript file, but I didn't write any JavaScript. right? This is the text, right? Here, see, I'm going to change this text. Say, welcome to JavaScript. This is normal HTML text, normal text within the HTML area, right? See, welcome to JavaScript, right? If I want to write this text within the JavaScript, see how I'm going to write this one. We have to use the JavaScript keyword called document. Document dot write. Document dot write is a JavaScript function we can use to print or display anything in the browser. The document dot write, right? Document dot write. I'm going to write the text. Text means what? Combination of characters. Combination of characters means A is a character, B is another character, C also the character. If I write A, B, C together, that's what we call text or string. I will teach you about the data type later. First of all, you have to understand what is text. Text means combination of characters, right? Document.write. Say welcome to my Java script. So the text must be within the double inverted comma or the single inverted comma. And each and every statement, this is what we call statement, each and every statement end with a semicolon. Right? Okay. Showing output, wait, document, document.
You have not closed the HTML now.
Okay.
You have not closed the HTML now, miss.
Yeah, okay, right. Right. And document.write. here doc type, you all know what is doc type, document type, starting tag of the HTML, ending tag of the HTML. Here you can start body and you can finish your body area. This is just a HTML paragraph, script, and close the script. Alert, hello world. Alert, hello world means it will generate the pop-up. Just see, hello world. Right. Okay. So you can start the script like this. Script. Language. One. Right. That is the mistake I made. I put just capital D. That's why. Right. You have to write simple D. So script language means what is the language you are going to write. Script language is equal JavaScript. Document.write hello world. Hello world means just a text. Instead of this, you can write anything. Right? Say this is my Java. This is how you can display the text within the JavaScript area, right? So if you want to write a next text, document dot write this is my first script. See what is the output you can see. This is my JavaScript and this is my first script in the same line. The same line. This is my JavaScript and this is my first script. You can get it in a single line. Say, how can you get the line break? What is the line break tag of HTML? BR. So, see how can we write the HTML tag within the JavaScript. Right, say. So that is also within the double inverted comma with the document dot write. Right, see, now we can get like this. This is my JavaScript and this is my first script. After the script, this is just a HTML tag. Before the JavaScript, we can write normal HTML tag. And here also we can, after the JavaScript also, we can write the normal HTML tag. Say, if you want to get a line break here, without document dot write, simply we can have like this. Okay. So this is JavaScript. So if you want to display anything in the browser, or if you want to print something in the browser, you can use document.write. All the text must be within the double inverted comma or the single inverted comma. You can put double inverted comma like this, or else you can use single inverted comma like this. Right. So I'm going to write the same thing in a single line. See how can we write this one in a single line. right? Document dot write. I'm going to write this one in a single line. See here. Document dot write. Document dot write. This is my JavaScript, my first text. Then BR. Then this one. Right. Column and this. Okay. Right. So in a single line, you can write like this instead of writing like this. Right. But if it is more than 5 lines or 6 lines, don't write like this. The readability is very important. You can write like this. Okay. Or else what we can do is, this is the first text and this is the second text. We can join these two texts using joint operator. Joint operator means dot operator in the plus. If you want to join two text, we can use the plus operator. See here, document dot write, right? Document dot write. Document dot write. First of all, I'm going to write my first string. Say my first string, my first string, right? And then put the plus operator here to join two string, right? My second string. Okay. See here. My first string, my second string, right? Okay. How can we add the space in between two string? Say simply, you can write like this for the space. My first string space, my second string. Okay. So you can write like this, the first thing, or else you can write like this, or else you can use plus operator to join two strings, right? So this is how you can write or you can display the text in the browser using document.write. Okay, right. Now we can see how to get the output like this. See, right. This is HTML, right? Yeah. Okay. See, how can we get the output in the JavaScript? Okay, see here. Say, if I want to join the VR tag also, I can use this join operator, VR. Right, now document dot write uh, 5 star first, 1 2 3 4 5, right? And then plus then plus, okay, and need a VR tag also to get a line break. Right? Okay. The next one, see, first number is equal 50. Second number is equal 60. Total is equal 110, no? I'm going to calculate, and I'm not going to calculate anything here for now. Just I want to display like this, right? The later I will teach you how to do the calculations using JavaScript, right? So see here, document dot write, document dot write my first number, right? First number is equal, right? First number is equal, put the plus operator, and then put 50. 50 is number, not a string, right? Number is different, string is different. String means combination of character. We can't use the string to calculations. If it is number only, we can do the calculation, but the thing is, I'm not going to do the calculation for now. Right? Human dot write second number is equal 60. ER line break tag. Here also for the line break, just I'm using plus operator to join HTML tag with the number or the string. Then human dot write total is equal plus 110. Okay, that's it. See here. Something wrong. First number is right. First number is 50. So the mistake is in the second line. So document dot write. I didn't forget. I didn't put this inverted comma. That's why. Okay. So first number is 50. Second number is 60. Total is 110. Right? I missed this inverted comma. That's why. Okay. So all the string must be within the double inverted comma or the single inverted comma. Don't forget to put the inverted comma. Right? Then plus 50, 60, 110. Okay. This is how we can write the text using JavaScript. Okay. Okay. Now we can see the operators in JavaScript. What are the operators in JavaScript? The first type of operator is arithmetic operators. We can use these arithmetic operators to do the calculations, right? We can use these arithmetic operators to do the calculations. I will let you know what are the arithmetic operators. Plus operator. You all know the plus operator. And plus, minus, multiplication. Multiplication is this. In programming language, multiplication is this. In maths, we can put the multiplication operator like this. Okay. So this is multiplication operator in the programming language. Plus, minus, multiplication, division operator, right? Arithmetic operators are plus operator, minus operator, multiplication operator, division operator. The next one is modulation operator, right? See, one by one. Plus operator, 2 plus 3 is equal what? 5, right? Like that. Subtraction, plus minus, subtraction, multiply. 3 minus 2 is equal 1, right? Multiplication operator, you can put like this. 3 into 2. 3 into 2 is equal what? 6. Like that. This is division operator. 4 divided by 2 is equal 2. Division operator. The modulation operator gives remainder. Right? Say 5 modulate by 2. 5 modulate by 2 is equal 1 because 2 into 2, 4. The remainder is 1. So it gives a remainder. So the result is 1. 5 modulate by 2 is equal 1. 4 modulate by 2 is equal what? 4 modulate by 2 is equal 2 into 2, 4. Remainder is 0. Okay. So these are the arithmetic operators: plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulation. Then the next one, plus operators. Plus operator means plus operator means, say, A is equal 5. A is equal 5. A plus plus means A plus plus means A plus 1. So what is the output? A plus plus means A plus plus equal A plus 1. So 5 plus 1 is equal what? 6. Okay. So A plus plus means A plus 1. Right? The next thing, minus operator.
Yes, can you repeat it again?
Yeah, this one is plus operator. Oh, you all know 2 plus 3 is equal 5. Minus operator, subtraction, 3 minus 2 is equal 1. Multiplication operator, 3 into 2, 6. Division operator, 4 divided by 2. For example, 4 divided by 2 is equal to. Modulation operator, the special operator, modulation operator gives the remainder portion. For example, pi modulate by 2 is equal 1 because pi modulate by 2, 2 into 2, 4, the remainder is what? 1. Okay. Like that, 4 modulate by 2 is equal 0 because 2 into 2, 4, the remainder is 0. So the modulation operator always gives remainder portion. Then this one is increment operator, plus plus. So for example, if I say A is equal 5, A plus plus is what? The A plus, first of all, you should understand what is A plus plus. A plus plus means A plus 1 at 1 with A, right? So A plus plus means A plus 1. So if A is equal 5 now, so we have to add 1 plus 5. So 5 plus 1 is equal what? 6. So A is equal 5, A plus plus means 6. You have to add 1 with A, right? So A plus plus means A plus 1. Okay. Can you understand now?
So it is a rule or something. Plus plus means 1.
Sorry?
It is a rule or something like that. Plus plus means only 1.
We have to add only 1 with the variable. So A or B, say if it is, we can write like this, B plus plus. B plus plus means what? B plus plus means what? B plus 1. Like that. C plus plus means C plus 1. We have to add only 1. That is rule. Right? A plus plus means A plus 1. B plus plus means B plus 1. C plus plus means C plus 1. Okay? Like that. Like that. The next operator is increment, decrement. The plus plus means increment operator. Minus minus means decrement operator. Say C minus minus means C minus 1. Right? C minus minus means C minus 1. Say for example, C is equal 5. So C minus minus what? C minus minus what? C minus minus means C minus 1, right? So C minus minus means 4. Okay. So these are the arithmetic operators: plus operator, minus operator, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulation, increment, decrement, and the next operator is plus equal. Plus equal means what? Say, if I write A plus equal, A plus equal 5. Can you understand the meaning of this? Right. A plus equal 5 means A is equal A plus 5. Right? This one is same to this. A plus equal, instead of writing like this, A is equal A plus 5, we can write like this. A plus equal 5. Right? Then minus equal means, say, A minus equal 5 means Meaning of this, A is equal A minus 5. Is equal A minus 5. So like that we can write plus equal, minus equal, multiplication equal, division equal, modulation equal, right? So these are the arithmetic operators. So like that we can write plus equal, minus equal, multiplication equal, division equal, modulation equal. Right? The same, this one also same like above, right? So what are the arithmetic operators? Plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulation, plus, plus, minus, minus, that means increment operator, decrement operator, plus equal, minus equal, multiplication equal, division equal, modulation equal, right? Any doubts so far? Anything else to ask? Or if I want to repeat anything, please let me know. I will repeat it.
No, Miss. Then.
Okay. Sorry? Right. If you want to write these operators, please write it. Arithmetic operator. These are the operators. Arithmetic operators. These operators are arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators. Right. Arithmetic operators. Please note this one with the example. Now slowly you started to learn the programming. Please understand the concept clearly, otherwise it will be difficult. Right? If you didn't understand anything, ask me.
Miss. Yes.
Yeah.
In the above codings, why
Yeah.
are you putting plus before numbers, spacing or something?
Where?
Uh, First number is equal plus 50 plus BR.
Oh, okay. What you
Why,
asking?
why is that plus coming there?
Plus to join to, this is the first string now.
Yeah.
Number is equal my first string. That's why that is within the double inverted comma. Then if I want to join this number with this string, we have to use plus operator. Clear, right? So this is like a concatenate operator. We can join string with a number, or else we can join two string like this. See here, this is the first string, my first string. And again, this is the space. What I am doing here, just I join this the first string with the space. So in between this, you have to put the plus operator, right? Plus operator, we can use this plus operator to join two string or string with a number. Okay. Right. Now we can see how to use these operators to do the calculations, right? So we can see how to use this operator to do the calculations. Right. Before that, we have to know about the data types. So we can see what are the data types. Data the data types are first data type is string data type. S-T-R-I-N-G. String means text. So what is text? Combination of characters. Say A string, ABC string, A1, BC. So all these are string data types, right? Then the number data type, string integer. Integer means number data type. Say 5 number, 7, 12, 15. So these are the number data. String, integer, double. Double means decimal number. 5 plus 5.4. 3.5. Right? These are the double data types. String, integer, double. The next one, Boolean. Boolean means true or false. True or false. Right? These are the data types. This data type is necessary to declare the type of the data. Say, for example, if you want to add two numbers, before that, we have to say that numbers are integers. Right? Before we use the data type, we have to declare the data type. Okay. So these are the data type. What are the data types? String, the basic data type, string, integer, double, Boolean. Right? Okay. Now we can see how to declare the data types. How to declare the data types within the Java script. Right? See how can we declare the data type using var. Var means var is a keyword. We have to use this var keyword to declare the data types. Give me 5 minutes. Hello. Hello. Okay. So if we want to declare the variable, we have to use the keyword What is keyword? Keyword is a reserved word we can use to declare. Keyword is a special word we can use in a particular programming language. Keyword will differ program to program. So we can use this var keyword in the JavaScript to declare the variable, right? So var, first of all, what is variable? Why we want to use variable? Say variable is we can give the definition to variable. Variable is a temporary memory location. Temporary memory location we can use to store the value temporarily, right? So what is the permanent location? Where we can save the data permanently in the database, right? The database is a permanent storage, but variable is a temporary memory location. We can use to store something temporarily, right? For example, you all are using ATM card, right? So the best example to the variable is ATM machine functionality. Say, for example, if you want to withdraw the money from the ATM card, first of all, you have to insert the card, right? So when you insert the card, it will read the card number and store this card number temporarily in the memory location, right? Then the ATM machine connect with the database and check this card number is available in the database or not, right? If the card number is available in the data type, it will ask you to enter the PIN number, right? Then when you enter the PIN number, it will store your PIN number also temporarily, right? Then it will check your card number and PIN number in the database. If the card number and PIN number are correct, then it will allow to do the transaction, right? So where the ATM machine saves the PIN number and the card number in the memory location temporarily. Why it's saving temporarily? Because if you want to do the transaction, it will save your the memory. ATM machine will save your card number and the PIN number. Then if your transaction is over, then it will erase from the memory. No need to save your number permanently, right? So it will erase from the memory. Then if I want to do the transaction, then I have, when I insert the card, it will read my card number and save it in the memory temporarily, right? Like that, it will check with the database. It will check with the permanent memory location. Then if the card number and PIN number are correct, then it will allow me to do the transaction. So the temporary memory location is what? The ATM machine, for example. It's saving the card number temporarily to do the transaction. If the transaction is over, then it will erase from the memory. Like that, say if you want to add two numbers, we can write a program. But that program should be common to add all the numbers, any two numbers. You can add any two numbers, right? Say, for example, var num1 is equal 50. What I'm doing, if I want to add two numbers, I'm going to add two numbers. So if I want to add two numbers, how many variables I need? The variable will change time to time, right? So how many variables I need to add two numbers? Three variables. What are they? Number one, number two, and the total. Total also going to vary based on the number, right? So var number one is equal 50. Var means I am telling number one is variable. So var num2 is equal 60. Var total is equal what? Num1 plus num2. num1 plus num2, right? Okay, then so this is just a calculation, but I can't show anything in the screen. Because I can see anything in the screen because I didn't display anything, right? After I do the calculation, I'm going to display one by one. Say document dot write, document dot write, see number 1 is equal plus operator, what my variable name is num1. Why can't I put 50 here? Because if I change the number here, it will change automatically if I use num1 variable here. But if I put 50, that is fixed number, right? Say num1 and then plus, we have to get a line break. See here. Data type, the number 1 is displaying here. Wait, I will put the separation mark, then you can understand. Right. Right. See, after this, number 1 is equal 50, right? Number 1 is equal 50. Okay, then I'm going to display number 2. Number 2 is equal what? Number to num2. Number 1 is equal 50, number 2 is equal 60. Then I'm going to display the total. Number 1 equal, say here I'm going to change this one as total. Total is equal, see, total. $110. Say number 1 is equal 50, number 2 is equal 60, total is equal 110. Right. If I want to add another 2 number, just I can change the number here. The first number is 110, 150. The second number is 160. I'm not going to change anything here. Right. See. So automatically change all these. Number 1 is equal to 150. So once you write the program, you can add any 2 numbers. Right. So this is your program, number 1, 10, number 2, number 3. Okay. You can understand it. Right. See, number 1 is equal to 150, number 2 is equal to 160, total is equal to 131. Right. If I want to add 3 numbers, what can I do? Can declare another variable var num3 equal what? Any number 20. So what I want to do, I have to calculate the total. So total is equal number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3, num3. You have to use same variable name here, right? The variable name is what? Num1. So you have to use num1 here. Num2 second variable, num2. num3 third variable. Why this num1, num2, num3 are variable? Because it's going to change time to time. Right? So number 1, number 2, number 3. The total also going to change based on these numbers. So num1, num2, num3. So I have to display the number 3 also here. Number 3. Number 3. The total will change automatically. See? This is the output. Right? Then, if you want to find out the average of these three numbers, how can we find out the average? Bar average also going to vary based on these numbers, right? So bar average, ABG average. You can give any name to variable, but that must be meaningful name. Okay, right. So bar ABG is equal, average is equal what? Total divided by 3. Average is equal total divided by 3. Okay. See the average now. Right. I didn't display, right? I just with the calculation here. If you want to display, you have to use document.write. So document.write. Document.write. Average is equal average is equal A, B, G average. Okay. Average is equal 110. So like that, we can do any calculation using variable, right? So this is, what is the operator I am using here? Plus operator. Okay, addition operator. The example to the addition operator, this is addition. Num1 plus num2, num3 addition. And this one is division operator. Total divided by 3. Divisional operator. Addition operator. Here equal assignment operator. Equal means assignment operator. Just I am assigning 150 to num1 and 160 to num2 and 20 to num3. So all these are arithmetic operator plus division, assignment, multiplication, division, modulation. All these are assignment operator, right? See, now we can see the var num5 or num4 is equal 5, right? Modulation operator. I'm going to use modulation operator. Say here document dot write, sorry, WRIT, document dot write num4 modulate by 2. Num4 modulate by 2. What is the output you can get? Num4 is what? 5. 5 modulate by 2 is equal what? 1. See, output is 1. 5 modulate by 2 is equal, output is 1. see here, right? This is the output data type. Plus BR. For your understanding, I'm changing this one, document.write. Say num4 modulate by 2. This is just a string. It will display as it is, right? Num4 modulate by 2 equal just a string. It will display as it is. Num4 modulate by 2 equal what? What is the output? Num4 modulate by 2. This is calculation. This is calculation. Num4 modulate by 2 is equal 1. Let's see, this is text. In between the double inverted comma, the text will be displayed as it is. String will be displayed as it is. So it will be displayed num modulate by 2 is equal. Then I'm joining this one, this string with the result of this. This is calculation. Num4 modulate by 2 is equal what? 2. Right? Num4 modulate by 2 is equal 1. Okay. But please go through this coding and let me know if you didn't understand anything. And if you want to note anything, please get a note. Hello? Any doubt? Hello? Any doubt so far?
No, miss.
No.
Okay, fine. Right. So this is the number variable. Right. Right. Now we can see how to calculate the area of rectangle. How to calculate the area of rectangle. What is the formula to find out the area of rectangle? What is the formula we have to use? Length into width, right? Length into width. So how many variables we need to find out the area of rectangle? Two variables. We need length and we need a width, right? So first of all, what we want to do is we have to declare the variable var length is equal, say 120. Var width is equal say 200. Var length is equal 120, width is equal 200. Then var we are going to find out area, right? So var area is equal. How can we find out the area? What is the formula? Length into VTH, length into width. Length into width, right? So var length is equal 120, var width is equal 200, var area is equal length into width, right? Now see how can we document dot write number sorry length of okay length is equal so length of the rectangle equal what? Length of the rectangle is equal variable name is length. Okay, so it will be display 120 here instead of this length variable. Okay, then again document dot write length of the rectangle, length of the rectangle width of the rectangle equal plus operator to join string with the variable name is width. Okay. Then area of the rectangle is equal area and I need a line break after printing the length, width and the area, so that's why we are here. And I am displaying here modulate by 2 is equal 1. Okay. Of the rectangle is equal dot right test is displaying here. Okay, we are document using length of the rectangle equal right, length of the rectangle equal right. Length of the rectangle equal plus the variable name is length. Length of the rectangle is equal 120. Then width of the rectangle is equal with plus put a BR here to get a line break. And put the BR here to get a line break. Right, length of the rectangle is equal 120, width of the rectangle is equal 200, and then area of the rectangle is equal area. The variable name called area. So this is the output you can see here. Right. So now you can use arithmetic operators to do the calculations. Right. Okay. The next thing, the increment operator and the decrement operator. A var, example 1, var a is equal 5. Right. Now I am going to print document dot write a plus plus. What is the output you will see? So first of all, we have to calculate this. Var number is equal. I am creating a variable called number and assign a plus plus is equal a plus plus. Right. Now I am going to print the number here. Output. Give me a minute. Alexa, payment gateway. Hello? ಇಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ ಕೃತಿಕ ಫಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆದ್ದೆ அவங்க ಪ್ಲಗಿನ್ out தருவாங்க அதை நீங்க கோடிங்ல இன்டிகிரேட் பண்றதா நான் நினைக்கிறேன். ஓ ஓ ஓகே எதுல செய்யறது இல்ல ஒரு கிளாஸ் ஐயன் கிளாஸ் தான் சரி ஓகே. So now you see the output here. Sorry, here semicolon operator here. Correct. Var number is equal a plus plus, right? So document dot write plus plus a. See the output here. 7. Right? If I put number, what is the output you can see? Number is equal five. Right? So see the difference between that and this. Say var a plus equal 5 document dot write, right, plus plus a. Plus plus a is equal what? 6. So plus plus a means what? A plus 1. And then see here, document dot write minus minus a. Minus minus a means a minus 1. So a minus 1 means what? 4. A minus 1 means 5. Why 5? Because in this stage, what is the output? A is equal 5. A plus plus means what? Now the value of the A is equal 6. Again 6 minus 1, 5. And if I remove this one, you will get 4 as output. Right, see, the output is 4. Okay. Document dot write A minus minus V is A minus 1. So output is 4. Right, then plus, if you put plus plus here, the output is 6. Okay. So can you understand the increment operator and the decrement operator? Right, this one is increment operator and decrement operator. You all know plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulation, increment operator and the decrement operator. Okay. So this is how you have to do the calculation using JavaScript. Okay, so go through this coding again and let me know if you have any doubt. Go through the JavaScript from the beginning and let me know if you have any doubt. Students, any doubts so far? Anything else to ask? Or any comments about the class?
Nothing.
Hello? Any comments?
No, miss.
What happened? Students are leaving from the class. Maybe they didn't understand. This is programming I have started. So if you have any doubt, please ask me. So I'm going to stop the class for now today. Then please go through the JavaScript coding again before you come to the next class. Okay? Bye.
Okay, miss.
Bye. See you all.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you, Miss. Bye.
Bye.